We live in a time where, first of all, virginity is not even prioritized anymore. Virginity is not seen anymore as something valuable. But away from that, the brothers, the sisters, those on the spiritual side of things are also over concentrating on virginity and forgetting the main essence of moral purity, spiritual purity, when sexual relation is in question. What is that? Chastity. Chastity is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enjoined us to guard, not virginity. In our ways, in our definitions, in our conducts, and in our beliefs, a lot of us have now reduced chastity to nothing short of just being a virgin. And there is this common saying, very regular saying, men cannot be virgins. You don't know if they. Yes, that's because we have reduced chastity to virginity, right? Now, is that what Allah commanded or enjoined us to protect, to guard? No, it's chastity. And chastity goes beyond just being a virgin. This is becoming a thing to think about and a matter of serious reflection for both men and women, because we have mixed things up, and there is now a false sense of morality just by being a virgin or just by marrying a virgin. You would often see brothers say, "Oh, is a virgin I want to marry. I don't want to marry someone has used before." Beautiful. Virginity would forever be an honorable thing to uphold, to keep. However, what is it to be a virgin and what is it to be chaste? A virgin can be chaste, just as a woman who is not a virgin can also be chaste. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't limit it to virginity, and He, in His infinite knowledge, knows why. There are many reasons that can make a woman to lose her virginity, not out of immoral misconduct. And there are so many virgins, self-acclaimed virgins. Yes, truly they are virgins because no man has ever gone in between their legs. They are virgins, but they are far from what or who you would call a chaste lady or woman. I saw a comment, a lady made a comment. I think the conversation was about there are some women that would allow you to do anything to them, but when it comes to going in between their legs, it's a no. But a particular comment caught my attention, said, she can do this to you. She can give a BJ, she can receive it, she can do anything with a man. But for the man to go in between her legs to penetrate is a no. That is where she draws the curtain. And the funny thing is, she would proudly say anywhere, I am a virgin. And people, yes, it's really still something to be proud of being a virgin, but is she chaste? Now, there are also men who have married this kind of women who have seen it all, tasted it all, except anything going in between their legs. And then you say, oh, I'm married to a virgin, I'm married to this. Chastity is not limited to virginity. This is where we get it wrong. So, a virgin can be unchaste, and a non virgin can be chaste. There are many reasons that could have led a woman to lose her virginity aside a deliberate or intentional sexual escapade. One of it is a woman who was born with a hymen that covered the whole opening down there, and they had to take it off in her infancy or maybe while still a child. Yes, there are women born like that. There are also children who were born without hymen. So, in which case, this is not the ideal virgin of today's understanding. Even if this girl grows up into a lady, into a woman, kept herself all through, abiding by the rules of Allah, never had anything, hanky panky with anyone, and then she gets married. It's not uncommon to hear some of these brothers say, oh, she deceived me. She is not a virgin. Because that is all we have limited chastity to. Now, this lady truly has never ever been touched by anyone. She has kept herself. She had been chaste. But simply because there was nothing for you to tear, it automatically disqualifies her and makes her unchaste. The third reason why a lady might be very chaste but not a virgin, as at the point of marriage, is a girl who was raped. We have seen online babies. 3 months is the worst I've seen. A 3-month-old baby who was We have 5 years, we have 2 years, we have 3 years, we have 10 years, and what have you. These children's innocence were taken from them without their permission at that very young age. Now, these kids continue to maintain spiritual purity until they get married, and because to you, chastity is all about being virgin, they are no longer chaste. We also have girls who lost their hymen due to a very stressful event. You see some of these girls, these teen girls, or even younger preteen girls who are into serious sports, jumping here and there. Yes, stressful events like that could cause it. There are also some people that is probably just in school during PE time, just stretching here and there, and then hymen is gone. There are those who had an accident, hymen is gone. So automatically to these type of people who have limited chastity to just virginity, would they say these ladies are chaste? We have a lot of virgins in today's world that are only virgins through one hole. And because they know that is the only hole a lot of men, even as humans generally, use as a determining factor for chastity. Yes, every other hole in their bodies have been defiled, except that. There are also those women who keep virginity not for the sake of Allah, but because they want a situation whereby they will gift it to their husbands on the wedding night. It's not uncommon for us to hear that, oh, and I married her a virgin. Yes, DNA test is showing that I am not the father. Oh, I married her a virgin, but after that she confessed to have slept with this, and that. On this paternity court, the Nigerian version, I don't know what it's called. There was a man who brought the wife there, and he said he married the woman a virgin, only for the woman to confess to have been with other men, 15 men in the marriage. So these are kind of people who probably packaged the virginity just to gift the man and then continue with whatever they were doing before, except that it didn't allow entrance in between the legs. There are also women who are no longer virgins because they got married and divorced, or they got married and they are widowed. They are women who preserve their chastity. They never give it up except in marriage. But these men now, you see men saying, no, I cannot marry, don't want to marry widow or divorcee. It's virgins. The prophet said, marry virgins. They marry virgins. I'm like, seriously? The condition that led them to losing their virginity automatically makes them unchaste, even though it was not via haram. A lot of reconditioning, we really need it, honestly. There is more to virginity, and we need to let girls know this, that there is more to virginity than just keeping that hole sealed. We now have immoral virgins. Girls who do whatever it is they want to do, but they say, oh, I just want to keep that one, because that is what they will be used to judge being decent, being morally pure, and what have you. When I watched the particular video I mentioned earlier, the man said he forgave the wife until it got to, I don't know, the story was quite a lengthy one, such that a child, she even got pregnant later. She came up with, of course, stories, definitely. Men cheat and they come up with stories. Women who also cheat have their stories. Accountability is very far from people who cheat, very, very far from them. So this woman, I think a child got involved in the later stage. I didn't watch the video to the end because it was just a clip showed on Facebook. Now, this man, if he was all over and all about marrying a virgin, he had married one. But how did it go? So you need to look further than just virginity. And to women, I say you need to make sure that whatever you're calling yourself is beyond just virgin. Be chaste. That is what we have been enjoined to guard. We have been enjoined towards chastity, not just virginity. Because chastity is all encompassing. Forget dictionary meaning in the context of the deen. If you are keeping yourself for the sake of Allah, in that context, there is definitely more. We also have women who are chaste, but yes, they have a past where they've indulged in some of these things intentionally. But then they repented, and that was it for them. In the book of Allah, they have become sinless. Whatever sin they've committed is no longer with Allah. They have become chaste women. But no, it's the one you tear the opening that is chaste. It's okay, seek virgins, but I'm saying do not limit it to that. And because of this virginity that we have made the only and about thing when it comes to, sexual purity, is why men think they now have a pass. A lot of men, you hear them say, don't talk about virginity for men. We don't have virginity to keep. We don't have high men to keep. Because we have limited it to virginity. We have limited it to a sealed hole. Meanwhile, both men and women were enjoined to what? Chastity. We were enjoined. We were commanded to uphold chastity, which is purity in all forms when sexual relation is in question. But no, because we have rebranded it into just virginity, it's now something that is applicable to only women, and it's not supposed to be like that. Same repercussion for zina, for sexual promiscuity, for going towards it, every act that takes you towards zina, the same accountability, the same repercussion for a woman is for the man. When Allah was calling upon us to enjoin us towards this honorable path, He never said, "Oh, you Muslim women, oh, you believing women." No, we were all addressed, believing men and women. But today, maybe culturally or what have you, definitely not religious, we have now limited it to just the women. And all of this is still because we have rebranded chastity into just virginity. We need to do better as individuals and as a group. Teach your daughters and your sons that we are enjoined towards chastity. Tell your daughters that just being a virgin does not make her automatically chaste. Tell your sons that even though he doesn't have a sealed path to show being a virgin, he owes Allah his chastity. We can do better, and the time is now. Let's call what is for what is. Let's stop rebranding. It has caused more harm than good. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.